Exactly 32 years ago to this day, I sat in your seat and graduated here at Villanova. And Villanova has done so many great things and given me so many great gifts. But the gift that I cherish more than any of the others are the friendships that developed on this campus. So I brought with me a few friends from the planet 1987. Fellas, you mind standing up? How about a round of applause for the class of 1987? Last night, we had a great dinner, and we sat around and talked, and we had a lot of laughs, as we always do, and it seemed like time stood still. But time hasn't stood still, and this university hasn't stood still. And I can tell you for certain, based on today's academic standards, that not one of us would even be considered for admission to this university today. Here's the good news, fellas. I did my research, and they can't take our degrees away. It's like being a made man in the mob. Once you're in, you're in. We believe in blurring the lines between work and play at Life is Good. Shall we play a little disc? Let's see if somebody can catch out there. Come on, baby. Oh, yes. When our dinner was done, we decided to watch the basketball game, and we went to a local pub, like in the old days, and we continued the laughs. And I met only one student at that bar, and that student underscored the massive delta in intellectual capacity between 1987 and 2019. Let me tell you about him, and I hope he's here because he's graduating today. Joseph McHale, where are you? Right back there. I want you to stay standing. See if my memory serves me, but stay standing. Joe is a double major, astronomy and physics. For 3 years, he's been working with a team in the physics department, and they've been collaborating with NASA. He's an undergraduate, okay? Collaborating with NASA, and they developed a camera that takes images, infrared, high-resolution images of massive star formations in neighboring galaxies. I'm not making that up. That's what that guy does. Now let's juxtapose these things. That's the representative of 2019. How about it? I'm the representative of 1987. Now, I have not collaborated with NASA. I've been out of school for 30 years. I've collaborated with my brother John, and we take images, hand-drawn images of smiling stick figures and put them on T-shirts. Joseph, I'm going to try to hit you with a Frisbee. I don't know if I can reach, but even if I do, astronomers historically are not known for their athleticism. Hey, buddy, if this gets anywhere near you, I want you to lay out. Stay there, Joe. In America, look at that teamwork. He's getting it. Unselfishness. I want that girl on my team. Joseph, you're going to spend the rest of the season on the bench. Hey, I got one more thing to suggest. Johnny, my brother, who's my business partner, who drew the original Jake. Stand up, Johnny. Joseph, I want you to get together with my brother tonight and have a beer with him because I think he can help you with the next project. And I'll tell you why. Essentially, I believe, if I understood your work correctly, you're giving us a glimpse into how a star is born. Correct? Okay. Well, my brother is going to help you because I know he saw Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper in A Star is Born 3 times. 3 times. So get together. Hook that up. Thank you, brother. Keep up the work. Joe McHale. Joe is not the only one at Villanova doing amazing things. My friends and I are in awe of the intellectual capacity. There's a young man who will graduate next year. His name is Jaden Anzarski. He's been part of a team that took the first photograph in history of a black hole. How about that? Now, the rest of you can't fool my friends and I. You are not as smart as those two. Okay? The only seemingly bottomless black hole you are familiar with is your parents' wallet. This one goes out to mom and dad. Let's have a mom or dad catch this. Most generations think that the next generation is lost. Today is not an exception. People believe that you spend all your time on Instagram, that you don't know how to communicate with each other. And there are a host of other reasons why people often talk about the world going to ruins. The next generation is going to ruin everything. I'm not a believer in that. My generation, however, is afraid of the robots taking over. We are. We're scared to death. We've seen all these movies, and we think that the robots are going to start driving the cars, which they are, and that the robots are going to get together and drive us all off the cliff. All right? We've all heard this, and we're scared to death. Now, the reality is we have to look at how well the humans are doing driving the cars. Not so great. Humans, we text each other, right? We rubberneck when there's a billboard about Lady Gaga, right? And sometimes we have a couple too many at the bar, and we make a bad decision to get behind the wheel. So the humans are not doing so well. The fact of the matter is, I have never seen a robot have more than 2 Bud Lights. Never. I say, bring on the robots, bring on the future, bring on Gen Z. Let's go, class of 2019. Should we see if somebody can catch another disc? I've always been fascinated with the way a Frisbee hovers and floats in the air. Joseph, it's not rocket science, but I like it. When my brother and I started the business, we began a road trip. We thought it would last a month, maybe 2 months, but it lasted 5.5 years. 5.5 years of failing and 5.5 years of bad luck and bad ideas. But we stuck with it, and we finally landed on a good idea. To us, the road trip is sacred. And although the robots may be driving your cars soon, the road trip of life goes on. Most people will tell you that while we all want to be happy, there's no secret sauce to happiness. There's no formula, special formula. There's no guide to the road trip of life. Most people are wrong. There is a guide to the road trip of life. It's got only 3 rules, and I'm going to share them with you right now because I like you. Number 1, turn on the lights. What does that mean? Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "To the illuminated mind, the whole world burns and sparkles with light." When you wake up in the morning, you can make a decision. Your energy matters. You can be part of the pessimistic side, or you can bring the positive energy. You can make the decision to be an optimist. We beg you to make that decision, because your life will get better and better every day that you focus on the good things in your life and the good things around you. It doesn't mean you ignore the challenges, but choosing to be an optimist is the best way to overcome the obstacles. When we give off positive energy, we are powerful, we are collaborative, we are more attractive. That's true. It's powerful, it's amazing. So you choose to turn on the lights. Somebody could look at us today in this stadium, and they could say it's just a bunch of people sitting and standing in a stadium. Somebody else is aware because they turned the lights on. That person is aware that this stadium is attached to the state of Pennsylvania, and that Pennsylvania is attached to the United States of America. And the United States of America is attached to a sphere that's made out of rock and salt water. And it's whipping through space faster than a speeding bullet around a star that's 93 million miles away. I'm not making this up, it's true. It's amazing, and it's a miracle. And so anybody that says miracles don't exist is not paying attention. You wake up in the morning, you turn the lights on every day, and you do the best you can, and miracles will happen all around you, I promise you. You with me? These Frisbees I'm throwing, by the way, they retail for $16, but you'll notice that my brother and I signed it, so now it's worth $10. Come on, baby. Oh, yes. I'll take that girl on my team, too. Number one, turn on the lights. Number two, trust your navigation system. What do I mean? Villanova's values are not trendy. Villanova's values are timeless. Life is Good's values are not trendy. They are timeless. Only you can choose what your value system is. Be courageous. Be full of gratitude. Do not mope around and say, "Oh, I have to do the laundry." You don't have to do the laundry. You get to do the laundry. In 2019, you don't even do the laundry. A washing machine does it. You put the clothing in and you press the button, and yet people complain about it. If a little Pakistani girl named Malala can stand up to the Taliban and fight for women's rights, what will you fight for? What will you be courageous for? Who will you be compassionate about? Trust your navigation system. That is your values. Do not go out and get a job just because they're giving you a company car. I read recently that your generation expects a promotion within the first year. Don't worry about a promotion. Think about where you want to be 10, 20 years from now. Join an organization that is helping your community. You will feel good. You will take your weekends off and not feel as though you have to volunteer to make up for what your company's doing 5 days a week. Work for an organization that is bettering the world. Work for an organization that is saving this planet. None of us were born for business. Business was born for us. It's a tool. It's a tool for us to exercise our values and better this world. So find your way with your navigation system. Know what it is, know who you are, and act like it. Look at that guy. He was, if I'm not mistaken, that's the class of 1830. Nice catch. Finally, my third and most important piece of advice: enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the ride. And if you've listened to nothing and you remember nothing that I said, be sure to remember this. You're smart, you're beautiful, every one of you, and you're young. And when we are young, everyone tells us we need more stuff, more money, more education, more clothes, more. But as we get older, we all come to realize that the only thing we need more of is time. Time to do the things you love, and time to be with the people you love. Nobody will protect your time but you. You should protect your time with your life, because, ladies and gentlemen, it is your life. Thank you very much. Johnny Jake, get up here and throw a Frisbee. Come on, buddy. Teamwork. One more, buddy. Nice. Nothing's changed for us. I'm going to Kelly's after this.